Hi, welcome to my card and a cuppa for, what is it, the last day of the year, Wednesday the 31st of December 2025. My name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast. So I'm a few minutes late, I'm really sorry. I'm actually, it's a wonder I'm here at all because I forgot that it was Wednesday this morning. I just, don't really know what day it is. Hello Elizabeth, thanks for joining. Yeah, so it was a bit of a realisation this morning when I realised it was Wednesday, and I thought, oh, I have to be on a card and a cuppa this afternoon. I better go and do something about that. Hi, Marilyn. So maybe after New Year's, maybe our heads will all get back in the right place and we'll start working out what day it is and we'll know what we're doing. I don't know, maybe we won't. So welcome today. So I'm doing... I've gone back to my sketches. Hi, Joan. Thank you. Hi, Janine. I've gone back to doing my sketches. I'm cleaning the sticky off my paper snips. That's what I'm doing here because I forgot to do that before I went live. So I'm just trying to do that. It's not really working. I've got other paper snips. I've gone back to my sketches. Wednesday we seem to do sketches a lot of the time. And I'm going to use some new product from the upcoming mini catalogue that goes live next week, the 6th of January. So I've done a couple of samples, and with other product, with product from the annual catalogue, I always feel, hi Joanne, I always feel that the annual catalogue gets forgotten. And it's a bit sad because there's some beautiful things in the annual catalogue. But we're constantly being plied with new catalogues and online exclusives and everything. Alcohol wipes work. Fabulous. Yes, I must do that. I know I don't know about any update on the paper snips, Elizabeth. Maybe we've got to wait for the annual catalogue in 2026 to come out to find out what's happening. They are the best little paper snips, aren't they? I have about... I don't know how many I've got. I think I've got about 8 because I've got, hi Margaret, I've got paper snips downstairs where I'm on my classes, and I've got 2 up here. I've probably got 1 in my craft tote, so you know I've got a few. So, but I don't know, they are the best little scissors and I wish they'd come back. Now something's fallen down here and I can't get it out. Later I'll use these ones because I don't have alcohol wipes on me at the moment. Hi Lorraine, thanks for joining. So yeah, I feel sad for the annual catalogue because yeah, it gets forgotten and we just keep going with all the new stuff. So I've done a couple of samples in using some annual catalogue products, and we're going to make the card today with something coming next week. So that's what we're going to do. Hi Joan. Have I already said hello to you, Joan? I can't remember. Maybe. Yes, I think I have. I'll say hello again. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Now, I do have my little Rosie in the room with me, so hopefully she won't bark like she did on Monday. If so, I'm going to have to let her out. Okay. So this is the product of the month for December. When you place a $125 order, you can get a packet of the True Blue Florals Designer Series paper for another $9. And that is still available. It hasn't run out, so it will carry over into January, as far as I understand. If it's still available. So if you're wanting this, you know that it's still hanging around. So that's the product of the month for December. The January product of the month will come out when this catalogue goes live on Tuesday the 6th. Is Tuesday the 6th? I don't know. Yes, it is. And that's when the January product of the month will come out. It will be released. So I have no idea what it is. Nobody knows what it is. It's a bit of a secret. But did you... I don't know if you know, we got notification that bonus days are starting on the 6th of January, where if you spend $90, you'll get a $9 voucher that you can redeem the following month. And that also includes your reward points that you get whenever you place an order. So January is going to have the new catalogue, new online exclusives. It's got bonus days where you spend $90, you can get a $9 voucher. It's going to have the January product of the month. Oh my goodness, it's going to have everything. So hang on to your hat. So this is the next mini catalogue that goes live next Tuesday. I posted some out yesterday to my customers. If you don't have a demonstrator in Australia and you'd like a catalogue, let me know and I can get one in the mail to you. Just go to my email address up here. Send me an email with your address, your street address, and I will put one in the mail to you. And if you'd also like to sign up for my newsletter, in the bottom underneath this video in the description, I put my blog, stampingpassion.blogspot.com, because there's a tab in my blog where you can sign up for my newsletter that I send out roughly twice a month with my classes and any promotions that are going. Okay, so that's all the business end of it. Let's get into the creating. Okay, so this is the sketch we're going to use today. I spent this morning making up some new sketches that I'd sort of roughly drawn out on some A4 paper prior to Christmas, and I thought I'm going to make them up, so I've done that. So now I can just pick up a sketch and go for gold. So this is the one I chose for today. And this is it using the Kintsugi Inspiration Suite. And if you don't have, oh here they are, if you don't have the stylish shape dies in your collection, you need them. These are the best dies ever. And I've got my little packet's a bit scrappy. If you've got a they'll go through the mini cut emboss machine. So if you've got a mini cut emboss machine, they will work. And if you're starting out with getting into cut embossing and dies, these are the best ones to get for your first lot of dies, because you've got layering squares, layering circles, and 4 different banners to choose from. Now, in all the sketches I did up today, I've used the layering circle. What have I used? I've used the prescriptions. That's what I've used. No, I'm getting a text message and I'm just distracted. Here we go. It's the vet. I'm going to just put that to go to message bank. So sorry. They're sending us a script for our little Rosie. So they'll probably ring my husband now because I've not answered that call. I didn't know you could get e-scripts for puppy dogs. There you go. Sorry, I was distracted with that. I apologise. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, all the sketches I've made up this morning, I used the stylish shape dies for most of them. If you don't have dies, you can just cut squares. Circles are a little bit trickier. If you've got circle punches, they work. But these are the best dies to start out with. Oh my goodness, my phone is still... No, they've left a voicemail. Good. So I'll show you the ones I made. See, I've used a circle and the banner on this sketch. Again, circle and banner. Circles and banner. I've used some squares on this sketch. So they're just a real... And I've used nothing. But you could. No, you couldn't, because they're not squares. But they're just the best die pack to have in your collection, even when the day will come where they'll discontinue them and we'll all cry, but we'll hang on to them. Jenna Marie, I got the sketches pretty much off Pinterest, and what I do is I just, because I like to have one in my hand, I don't like having them on the screen, especially when I do videos. I just get a scrap piece of A4 paper and I just sketch them out myself, and then when I get time I make them up and I work out what the sizes are. So I get them off Pinterest, or if I see somebody post something, in the demonstrator planning place, which is a demonstrator Facebook group, then I will just sketch the sketch and make them up. I do have a book that I bought from Jackie Williams, who's a New Zealand demonstrator, and that's really good too. The only problem is that she has used inches in all her sketches, so I just have to go by the picture and then work it out. We did that one before Christmas, I think, and work out the dimensions. But as long as I've got a picture, I can pretty much work it out, and then I just make up my own little sketch. But I've got that book as well, and now I'm getting a box of sketches happening. The other demonstrator in America who's really good with sketches is Jackie Boulis. She's got books you can buy, but they are a bit expensive because it's the US dollar. But yeah, now I'm getting a box of sketches, and now whenever I'm stuck for an idea, or if I need to prepare for a class, I can go to my box, pull out 4 sketches and create my card straight away, and I'm finding that's being really helpful for me. Okay, so that's the sketch we're going to use today. Measurements kill you? Yeah, especially when I do both, metric and imperial. I like to confuse myself as well as other people. But, you know, our card base is metric, so that's why I use metric for the matting pieces and everything. And when we're getting into shapes, sometimes I do inches as well. Hi, Jenny, how are you? So I did this one, the first one, with the Kintsugi Inspiration Suite. So I just double matted it. So I put another mat behind it, 10 centimeters by 14.4. And then, because I just felt like the designer series paper looked a bit, I don't know, unfinished. So I put another mat behind it. So your sketch just gives you a start, just gives you the idea to get you going. Then I did my DSP 9.5 by 13.9. I've got my 2 3/4 inch square, which I believe is the largest square in the Stylish Shape dies. And instead of doing the circle, because the circle is like your focal piece, I've done a couple of the vases and the bowls from the Kintsugi Inspirations. I decided to put my sentiment up there, and I added a bow. So that was using the Kintsugi Inspirations. This one's using the beautiful Gallery Suite. Now I followed the sketch exactly. I did another double mat because once again I felt like the paper looked like it wasn't finished. It needed another matting piece behind it. I've used 2-tone cardstock here and ran it through that the motif embossing folder that goes with this suite. I don't know if it's got a special name. Beautiful Motifs, maybe? And then I just stamped the big flower image on the circle and coloured it with a little bit of Winkostella, so it sort of gives you a bit of a cloud cover look when you do that. And this is some new ribbon that's coming next week in the new mini catalogue. It's Secret Sea ribbon. Here it is. Don't know what it's called. Secret Sea, what is it called? Bordered open weave ribbon. It's really nice. Very nice ribbon. And yeah, and I put my sentiment up here because I put my ribbon down the bottom. See, so you can just add to your sketch. You don't have to stick to it religiously. So this is what we're going to use today. The Sweet Bugs, or Cute as a Bug, because it's so cute. And I have got things prepared. So I think I showed you the paper the other day. It's just such beautiful paper. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue until next week, but this page, I've already put another 2 packs of this paper in my cart ready for next Tuesday, because I can't get any more until because it's pre-order. You're only allowed 1, so I have already anticipated that I'm going to want more. But let me just show you what this cuts out. So it cuts the caterpillar out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caterpillars. You've got I don't know what these are called, these lilies or bells. They cut that out. They cut the ants, the marching ants out. Let me do it all in one section and then you might be able to see everything. I'm just wanting to show you that this cuts so much out. That's the buzzy bee. Lily of the Valley, thank you. I knew it was something, you know, that I didn't know. This one's reading the book. This one is this beetle here. It cuts so many things out. And then if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, it cuts out the flowers. So the dies pretty much cut everything out except for this praying mantis, I'm pretty sure, with the flower and the knitting. It cuts the mushrooms or the toadstools. It cuts the watering can. Like, it just cuts everything. And there's a flower. There's a flower. Yeah, it probably, yes, I didn't know it cut that flower. And then these are all standalone dies. So they don't cut any images out. But look at what it cuts out on your designer series paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 images. And you've got multiples. So you've got 5 caterpillars. I'm not going to count them all up for you now. But the only thing that we don't have a die for is the praying mantis with the flower and the, I think it's a praying mantis with the knitting. But everything else, oh, and this one, this little beetle, a ladybug, doesn't cut that out. But it cuts everything else out. So it's a pretty good die set when it matches up the paper so well. I really love that. And this is going to be my focus sweet collection out of this catalogue. Now I haven't got them back on my magnet properly because they're all hanging off. Oh well, we'll figure that out as we go. We'll come to terms with it. Yeah, and then, whoops, I've missed one. Don't want to lose one. Let's just put our little toadstool in there, I think. Okay. It's just really, really good paper. So there's 2 sheets of that. And then, get back in there. And then there is another sheet. This one. There's no dies that cut anything out of this, but you could certainly fussy cut it. See, this caterpillar's got the leaf going a different way. You could certainly fussy cut these little insects, bugs. It's just such a cute sweet. It really is. Okay, so let's put that down there. And bring our sketch over here. And let me grab my little silicone mat. Because I'm sure I'm going to use that. Need that. Now, I have got a colour I rarely use. Cajun Craze for my base. Because that's in the paper. It is my least favourite colour in our colour palette. But here I am using it. Go figure. I actually do use colours when they're in the papers. It forces me to use the colours. Then I'm double matting again because I feel like the paper needs it. Or maybe I should ask your opinion. And I've got my 2 3/4 inch square in crushed curry, another colour I don't use very often. I am going to stamp the caterpillar and maybe the bee, and instead of doing the circle, I'm going to use them as my focal pieces. And I've got a banner for my sentiment that's not going to fit any of those sentiments, but that's okay. Now, let me ask you guys, do you think it needs the mossy meadow behind it? I think it does, but that's just me. That's just me. That's with the mossy meadow behind it. And then the points on your square actually come to the sides of the mossy meadow sheet. So with or without mossy meadow, you tell me. If I haven't put you to sleep yet. whilst you're going to tell me that, I might do a little bit of stamping. What's yes, Elizabeth? Yes for with, or Margaret says with the Mossy Meadow matting piece. Yeah, I think it looks nicer. I think it just looks a little bit, yeah, Elizabeth with, yeah. I just think it looks a little bit more finished. And I don't know why I think that. But yeah, I do. I just, yeah, I agree. I'm glad you're on the same page as me. So let me grab my black memento. And I don't want to forget to use that. And I've got my... Still trying to work out if I like what I'm doing with my stamps. I don't know if I do, but there we go. I don't have any more new ones to sort of play further, so I'll just have to keep going the way I've got these ones. When I get another new set, I might try something different. So I'm just going to ink up a little caterpillar with black memento. I'm going to stamp him. So cute. So I was going to make a birthday banner for our little granddaughter's birthday party next weekend using this suite, but I'm not going to have enough paper. So I've made her card using this suite, but I'm not going to have enough paper to use to make all the banner dies and everything. So I've had to sort of rethink that, because that's not going to work for me. Because I can't order any more until the 6th, and her party is on the 9th. So I can't order anymore. So it's not going to, I mean, it's not going to come in time is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to have to make my banner with maybe some retired stuff I've got. And yeah. So that was a little bit disappointing when I came to that realization. I thought, oh, I wanted it to match her birthday card, but I can't do that. So not to worry. Okay, so we've got our little bumblebee. Now we don't have crushed curry in a blend. We've only got Daffodil Delight or Lemon Lolly. And what do I want to do? I want to do, what colour will I do him? Let's go to our paper and get inspiration from our paper. Now we've got like an old olive one. We've got, oh, crushed curry. Oh, look at this one. This one's Blackberry Bliss. He looks pretty fancy. I might do Blackberry Bliss because I've got Blackberry Bliss. And there will be a way of using the colour lifter. And then I've got Old Olive for the leaves. Just getting all the ones I want out. And Smoky Slate for the bees' wings. And then maybe Light Pecan Pie. No. I'll get that, and I'll get crumb cake, I think. Okay, I think that's what we'll need. So let me just, let's start with the bee because he's easy. Now this is Dark Daffodil Delight. Now I'm not going to do any blending on him because I don't think he needs much blending. And if you've got the stamp, if you get the stamp set and you're not sure of how to colour, bring in your paper. And then you can go to your paper and get ideas from your paper. So this is Light Pecan Pie. He seems to have like a fur collar, this bumblebee. I've never gotten so close to a bumblebee to know this. And I don't plan on getting that close. Light Crumb Cake for his little face. Although the paper's got him darker, but I don't know if I want that. I'm going to go with Crumb Cake for his face. And normally I cut before I colour, but I'm not doing that. And this is light smoky slate for the wings. So that's my bee, and there's the bee on the paper. So a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay, now let's move those ones aside. I don't need those, I don't think. Okay, let's go with that. Now, I was watching somebody else the other day using their blends, and they said they always do light, dark, light. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I've never done that before. So I'm going to try it. I have tried it since, and the blending part seemed to work quite well. So I'm just going to colour in our little, I don't think I've ever seen a Blackberry Bliss caterpillar. These ones remind me of the ones that used to get on when we had, in our other house, we had impatiens all in our garden. And these caterpillars remind me of them that used to get on the impatiens and eat the impatiens. And I actually didn't like them because they were eating my flowers. Okay, this is dark Blackberry Bliss. So I am going to come down like so from the top. Oops. There's so many things you can do with this sweet. So cute. And I'm going to make his little legs darker. And who doesn't like colouring in? Like, it's just so relaxing. Okay, so let's come back over with our light, because that's what I've heard somebody do. And it blends it really nicely, apparently. And it's actually working quite well for me. Now, because I don't know if you can you see how it's I wonder if I put this on, does that help? Can you see that? But I'm going to bring in my colour lifter. Make sure it's working. Yep. And I'm going to just go around those little dots and see if it'll lift the colour off. You have to sort of hold your breath for a minute to make sure it works, but let's put that down and let's go back to our colouring of our leaves. So this is dark old, that's light old olive, I want dark. Dark old olive. And no, I want light old olive. What am I saying? Goodness gracious. So I'm just going to colour my leaf like so. You know, this set wasn't really on my radar, and I thought, oh, I don't want cutesy. But then I saw a few people doing things with it, and Christy, one of my downlines, one of my team members, yeah, she did a few things with it, and I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. I need this set, this sweet. So I'm really glad I got it because I think it is quite cute. So that was light, dark, and now I'm going back to light. I'm going to put another coat of light on the light part. And go up over there and just blend that in. And just blend my light and dark together. And that creates the shadow. I think that's a really good tip. I'm really glad I heard that lady. Now, this hasn't come off enough, so I'm going to come back in with my colour lifter and go around those black dots on his, I don't know, belly? No, side. See, it's starting to lift off now. Can you see that? I think that's pretty good. Let me just one more time with feeling. Okay. Alright, that's that. Right, let's put this in here. And we shall get don't want to forget to use the ribbon if I want to use the ribbon. Let's just put that there and this here. I'm going to have to move that. I need to bring in, I'm going to bring in my big one because I'm more familiar with my big cutting boss machine. So let me just grab that. There we go. And I'm going to need new plates soon. I'll get my dies. And this is the one I need here. For this one, just line it up as best you can. And the B, where are you? This one. Is that the B? It is. And the plate. Here we go. Just going to run that through. And I don't think I need this. And we've got sirens, as always. Okay. Alright, let's bring a sketch and a card back in. Okay, let's pull off our tape. I think that's had its day, that tape. There's a little bee. I'll put him there. And there's a little caterpillar. And can you see the little dots? The colour lifter has brought the colour out. So he's sort of got like the paper. Okay, now let's put a few things together. But don't go crazy, Denise. Because you might want to put some ribbon on. I love this check on the back. It's like a picnic rug and it's so cute. I love it. But I want the mushrooms or the toadstools. What do you call them? I'm calling them mushroom. Oh, I don't know. Do we call them toadstools in Australia? I don't know if we do. Okay, I'm not going to attach it yet because I just want to see what I want to do. So I've got my little square. And I've got my bee. I think he needs to be giving him something. Goodness, I'm getting text messages left, right and centre. Anybody think I was popular? I'm so not popular. Maybe it's the day. Maybe that's why I'm getting text messages. It's because it's New Year's Eve. Maybe that's what. Now, I've already cut a few bits and pieces out of the paper and some stamped ones. I'm just going to see. Oh, look, I could have just used him. No, I wanted to stamp and colour. Here's the praying mantis. He's really cute. Here's a watering can. That's what I wanted to see if the little bee. Oh, but that's the same colour as my caterpillar. Don't know if I like that. Maybe he can come down here. I think I need a flower. I'm just trying to work this out, girls. Trying to get my act together and see if I like what I'm doing. I can always change the sketch. If I don't like the sketch, if it's not working for me, I can turn it around like this. But I am just Now I've said that. Let me see if that's a good idea. I think it's going to work better if I do that, don't you? Yes. I've got some little flowers already pre-cut. He just needs a flower, I think, because I don't think the watering can is the right thing. Toadstools, if I don't eat them. Mushrooms if I do. I like that. Okay, I am changing the sketch because, you know, Denise does that. Instead of putting it on the diamond, I'm turning my little crushed curry around. And now I've got this ribbon that I could put across here. So I might do that. So let me just, so I've got a sketch and I've already gone rogue. Hi Desley, thanks for joining us. Where are you from? Okay, so I am going to get some seal. And put this around here. This is so beautiful. It's so soft and it's like old rick-rack from my old sewing days. There we go. So that's going to go like this, and I'm changing my sketch. Instead of going like this, we're going to go like this because I think we should. And I think it's going to look good. And then I've got a little banner for a sentiment that can go up there. I'm allowed to go rogue? Yeah, why not? It just wasn't sort of fitting and working, and I just didn't think it was doing what it should do. Now let me think. And that's what sketches, that's what's so good about sketches. You can go rogue. Nobody says you can't. And if they do say you can't, tell them to come and speak to me, because you can do whatever the heck you want. And I'll back you up. Okay, so that's that. You're North Brisbane. And what is the weather like in North Brisbane? We've got a funny day here. It's overcast. It's a bit humid. Yeah, it's a funny sort of day today. I might put that down flat, that little flower. Oops. So has anybody got great plans for this evening, for New Year's Eve? Those in Australia. I know it's not New Year's Eve everywhere. I just put that upside down. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Get rid of that. And I think the bee has to go on dimensionals. Now I am going to get a flower for him. Oh, look, stop it. That's the backing of that one. Would you get out of my way? Okay. I think it's going to need a flower, like he's giving them a flower. Hot and humid. He's sitting there. I haven't got my aircon on, but it is. There we go. I'm going to put him like that. There seems to be something missing here. What could I do there? I'm thinking. Okay, let's stick this on with dimensionals. See, if I didn't go rogue, I wouldn't bring myself undone and go off on a tangent and then make it even harder for myself. Ah, that'll be nice, Lorraine. Yeah, we're nothing. You know all the things on Facebook and Instagram where it's like, what do I wear to the lounge room with my dog for New Year's Eve? That's me. And I'm good with that. I don't mind. Now we could go center, or I could move it over. Let's do this. See, I am going rogue, aren't I? Good Lord, woman. What are you doing? Right, let's put it down on our card so before I go too much rogue. Hi, crafting on the back. This card's so cute. Now, where are you from? Crafting on the back? On the back what? On the back porch? On the outback? You're just going to craft till midnight. Sounds like a good idea too. Oh, yeah. We're not very big party goers. We're sad, lonely people. Not really. We just don't party that much. Okay, so I'll put that there, and now I'm going to put my little sentiment there, but we need something. It's missing something, and I'm not quite sure what it's missing. What did I do with my thing? Mississippi. Oh. And what's your weather like there? Is it stormy? All I can hear lately is all the storms that are in America at the moment. Like I saw a photo of New York City, and it was just dumped with snow, and I thought, goodness gracious. Okay. Cold, 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, we go by Celsius, so that sounds cold. Okay, I'm just stamping that. You know what, I don't think I'm going to get the die out to fussy to cut that. I think I'm just going to get my little paper snips onto this. It is a cute card, isn't it? I don't think you can make an uncute card with this suite of products. I think you just have to. You just can't make an uncute card with it. Now, there is a die that will cut this flower out, but I'm just being slack. Oopsie. It's very fiddly and little. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's get that down there. Maybe the die would be easier. Who knows? It's very fiddly. Okay. And I don't like, it's got too sharp a point on it. Okay. So that's going to go there, like he's giving him one. But I thought I could make out he dropped one as well. Yeah, so my banner, my happy birthday banner has taken a different direction. And I don't know if I like the direction it's going. But anyway, because I was going to use this suite, but I need more paper. And I'm not going to have enough paper. There we go. -2 degrees. Jenna Marie, where are you again? Were you Boston? I was trying to remember the other day, and I couldn't remember. And I just thought maybe that would look good. It looks like it's dropped one. I think that, I'm happy with that. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Just do it. You love the bee. He's so cute, isn't he? Okay, so this is the one he's going to be holding, but I'm going to actually put it under his little wings. Well, I don't know, are they wings? No, they're arms. I didn't know bees had arms. There we go. And then this is one that he's dropped. So it's fluttering to the ground. Don't want all that there. So it's fluttering down to the ground because he's dropped it. Yes, Boston. I thought you were Boston. Okay, so that's that. Now, let me find the embellishments in my embellishment box. There they are. They're very cute. And let me find, what else was I going to find? Oh, I want the banner saying. This one. Because it's got it's got some really nice ones. I hope it'll fit this little banner though. That's my only other concern. I'll celebrate. Celebrate fits. Woohoo! Denise is happy. Now, let's stick that there. And what colour will I do it? Oh, look, why? Oh, look, let's just do it black. Let's just do it black. Okay, so this is, I'm going to just practice on my scrap here. Yes, this is from the banner sayings that goes with the banner punch, but it does actually fit this little tag. I might have done that a bit too low, but that's okay. And we're going to pop that up on mini dimensionals. This has gone longer than I thought. A sketch which should normally be easy and quick. But because I've gone rogue and just completely pulled myself undone. Okay, let's pop that up there. Let's hear. Is that straight? I'm going to make sure it's straight. Yeah. Okay, and these are the beautiful little ladybug garden epoxy shapes that come with this suite. The other things that work really well with this suite are the tiny bead trinkets, and also, oh, I don't know if these are still available. Let me just have a little look. Let me just have a little look. What are these? 162743. Oh, no, these are retired. No good. But if you've got them, you can use them. The dragonflies, but they've gone. But the tiny bees are still available. So let me go back to here. Yeah, if you wanted to use the tiny little bee trinkets, they work really well with this suite. But today we shall put a little ladybug here, and these little dewdrops are really, they're like sort of, I don't know, rain on the you know, little drops of rain. Now I've lost it. Where did it go? Here it is. Do it with this hand, Denise. There we go. You can't really see them. I'm not having any luck here today. There we go. Let's put one on his little leaf. They're quite invisible, but they just have a little bit of a glisten. So that is our that is our card for today, using a sketch that I didn't even follow. How good am I? Let me just get this back here. Now I could put a bow down here. Let's have a little look. Should I? I'm not sure if I want a bow, but let's just tie one and see what we think. You know what would look really nice actually? I think that's going to be a bit too chunky. Well, my little Rosie has behaved so, yeah, that's too chunky. I'm thinking, now I'm going completely rogue. I'm thinking that we do a double bow with the linen thread. Oh, it is getting quite muggy and steamy here now. Or maybe Denise is just under pressure and she's not coping. There we go. Okay, let's just pull our loops. That's not the loop I want. That's a tail. That's a tail. Just have to work out my tails. Okay, let's get... That needs to be shorter. And maybe that can go there. Due, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth. You guys are too kind. I'm going to put it over here. I think that just sort of looks a little bit not as heavy as the other one. There we go. So let's get rid of the stamps. Get rid of our embellishments. Okay, I'll hold it up and see if you can see. I've got a dewdrop here. I can't really see it. And one over here and one on his leaf. But do you like that the colour lifter did those circles for me? Thought that was cool. I will put an insert inside and I will probably stamp the marching ants because they are really cool. I'll put that along the bottom of my insert. And these are my two that I actually followed. This one, I followed the sketch. This one exactly. And this one kind of. I used the bars and the bowl for my focal point. Whereas this one went rogue. Oh, do you like it, Desley? Do you like this set? It's so cool. And you know what? If you couldn't afford the whole suite, the suite's $131. And that's the stamps, dies, paper, ribbon, and embellishments. If you couldn't afford to get the whole suite, the paper is the star, I think, and the little embellishments. But yeah, so oh no, so sorry, ladies. So there's our card, not following the sketch. Oh well. But we have got this one that followed the sketch precisely. But it just wasn't going right on the diamond shape. The caterpillar just wasn't looking right. So I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I went so long. Sketch ones are meant to be quicker. You're just starting out as a demonstrator, Desley. Oh, well, welcome. Are you part of the Demonstrator Planning Place, the Facebook group? Because if you're not, request to join or get your upline to invite you. Because the Demonstrator Planning Place is a really great place for inspiration from other demonstrators all over the world. There's like, I don't know, 45,000 demonstrators on that group, and it's just amazing. Oh, you are? Good. That's good. That's good to hear. All right, ladies, look, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I went so long. Have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe. Stay safe. Don't get too happy. And I might just have a glass of champagne as well. So, and bring in the new year the way you'd like to, and I look forward to seeing you next year in 2026. Bye for now.